Hello, BookTube. Got a book haul for you. Cheers. Beautiful day here. Just gorgeous. You see my shirt's all dirty. My wife's had me out working in the garden and I spilled coffee on myself, so I've had an adventurous day. But I did go to work, and then after work I had to go to the garden shop. I had to work on some yard stuff with my wife, and she's doing a great job. This house is 190 years old. So we dig around, we're trying to bring back garden beds, all that sort of thing. And today I found some weird metal things, that old blacksmith hardware things, I don't know what they are. So every time we dig in the ground, we never know what we're going to find, right? And great fun. The kids are helping. We're trying to get, it'll be a couple years before we get the yards even started in the direction we want. But we work away at them, and when you have beautiful weather, it's fun. So I had made a book haul because we had to go up to the place and we were near the thrift store. For us, it's 45 minutes drive to get to almost anything. But found some things I thought were interesting, and I'm going to start with one of the more interesting ones, or one of the interesting ones. This is called Bare Bones: Conversations on Terror with Stephen King. And Tim Underwood and Chuck Miller are the editors. I do not know this volume. Excited to find it. I haven't even looked at it since I brought it home. It's McGraw-Hill Book Company out of New York and every other city on the planet, I guess. This is a book designed by Catherine Parisi, and it's from 1988, so quite a while back. So here, I'll let you look at that. So those of you that are collectors, it's got a ding. I just put some library tape on here. It won't yellow. It's made specially for books. So the dust jacket had a little bit of damage. Let me see what I can do here. Chapter 1 is Skeletons in the Closet. Chapter 2 is Building Nightmares. Chapter 3 is Terror Ink, as in writing ink. 4 is Hollywood Horrors. 5 is Partners in Fear. Chapter 6 is Dancing in the Dark. And Chapter 7 is The Bad Seed. An editor's note here says the series of interviews was conducted from 1979 through 1987. Textual inconsistencies are inherent in such material, and due to copyright restrictions, there is an occasional duplication of content. So, just to challenge the editors face. So I'll just read a little bit of the inside here. Stephen King is one of the most successful authors in history, true enough. With his chilling novels of horror and suspense, he has dug his way into the subconscious minds of millions of readers around the world. But although his legions of fans are intimately acquainted with his best-selling novels, Carrie, The Shining, Salem's Lot, The Stand, Pet Sematary, Christine, It, and the Tommyknockers, few know the man himself, the troubled genius who has created a unique vision of the macabre. Bare Bones: Conversations on Terror with Stephen King is a cornucopia of rare insights into Stephen King, the man and the writer. The editors have assembled the first book of conversations with him, a series of revealing interviews King has granted to some of America's most respected interviewers. Most of the interviews have never been widely circulated before, and none has appeared in book form. In Bare Bones, Stephen King lays bare the inner workings of his teeming imagination, the source of all those nightmares that Americans find so addictive. He candidly discusses his life, his abandonment by his father, what influenced him as a child and a young man, his problem with alcohol and drug, his innermost, deepest fears. He talks about his career, how he gets started writing, I'm not going to read the whole thing. So this, I'll definitely read. And it's a first of these types of books. I'm sure there's been many since. So, yeah, Conversations on Terror with Stephen King, for those of you who like that sort of thing. The next one, I couldn't resist it. So the hardbacks are $1. Paperbacks, I do have a couple paperbacks, are 75 cents. So you take chances. But this wasn't a chance. This is something I was actually happy to have. And this is Star Wars Trilogy, Collector's Edition, A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. It's Scholastic who did it, but it's a Borders exclusive. Not one of these, no dust jacket. It's just right into the hardback here. So they're out of New York, and this volume itself, bada bing. Let's see. Do they give a date? Yes, 2004. So you start with New Hope was episode 4. Not really. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, right? We all know how it begins. I'm trying to figure out if they give credit to the writers. I don't really see it. So we'll see if it's a kid version or not. Always nice to have. I'm a huge Star Trek fan, but nothing drives me crazy when people say Star Trek or Star Wars. I'm allowed to like both equally, and I like both. Some movies are better than others. Some stories are better than others on both franchises, which is an odd word, right? Then here, this is an author I know. This is Susan Vreeland, and this is Luncheon of the Boating Party, a novel. And this looked really good. Here's the end papers, a little bit of a map there, the same. And this is Viking, and it came out, and basically this looks like a first printing, and it's, they give the copyright, but not the date for her. That's sort of weird. They give the date somewhere, they would have to. I'm not going to spend all day looking for it. There you go. We can all look it up online if we need to. So they got these little painting inserts. There's a couple sections of those, actually. Where's the other one? Right here. Oh, there you go. Most of us remember that image from school. Let's see here. Instantly recognizable. Auguste Renoir's masterpiece depicts a gathering of his friends enjoying a summer Sunday on a cafe terrace along the Seine near Paris. An art collector, an Italian journalist, a war hero, a wealthy painter, a celebrated actress, and Renoir's future wife, among others, share this moment. And then this is a novel about it. So sort of excited to have this. This actually looks a little cool. I mean, I know the author. Let me look here. We got a picture of her. We do. Right there. So happy to have it. Let's go to this. I'm doing these in some sort of reason. I'm doing a made-up order that I have no idea why. This is a magnificent book, and this is Cleopatra by Stacy Schiff. These are the end papers. Quite nice. What is this? Left Bank Books, Hanover, New Hampshire, up near Dartmouth. That's where it was probably being resold. Those are the end papers. I've been up there. It's an upstairs bookstore, if I remember right. So this is a very well-known book. This is the 10th printing of the first edition, I believe. Stacy Schiff, biography of Cleopatra. There's Stacy right there. This is just a phenomenal work. And I'm not going to get in great detail about it, but if you like biographies, even if you've read stuff about Cleopatra, this is the one to have, in English at least. I don't know about other stuff, so I'm not going to say. Then this is a book I've been waiting to find. I've read this author many times, but I never owned this. And this is The Art of Eating, the collected gastronomical words of M.F.K. Fisher, with an introduction by Clifton Fadiman. Absolutely thrilled to have this. Nice big old volume from the looks of it. No, it's $7.50. So I don't think it was a book club. Sometimes there's a little trick you can use. So a lot of people will look for numbers on the back of the book, but the other thing you can do is look for a little dent, a little, yeah, I don't see one. But it may be a book, I don't know. So this is, let me see if we get an overall. So they, 54 on Clifton Fadiman. What's the latest date I see? I don't really see a date. So, older book. Let me see if I can get you a nice little frontis on this. So it's World Publishing, Cleveland and New York. And we have the big old introduction. So we have Serve It Forth, Consider the Oyster, How to Cook a Wolf, The Gastronomical Me, An Alphabet for Gourmets. And so this is exciting. Yeah, this is writing of the first order, in my opinion. And I love reading about food. So happy to have this. Then Bernard Cornwell. A lot of you know I'm a big fan of the Sharp novels. I like the Alfred the Great era ones also, and I like a lot of what he does. I have not read this. This is a paperback. This is Crackdown by Bernard Cornwell. I see something by him, I'm grabbing it. He just always delivers for me. Paradise is a Perfect Escape for ex-Marine Nick Breakspear, captain of a charter yacht operation in the Bahamas, until he agrees to pilot a detox cruise for the drug-addled son and daughter of a powerful U.S. senator. That's never a good idea. Ambushed far from port, he is helpless to prevent the murder of a crew member by modern-day pirates who sink Nick's yacht before vanishing with the senator's kids. Having barely eluded death, Nick must immediately set sail for disaster once again, for there's a death to be avenged on the dark side of Eden. And the senator is demanding that his lost children be found, and the woman Nick loves is being held prisoner by killers somewhere on Murder Cay. So, the thriller, we'll see. When did this come out? Yeah, there's our very famous author. I wonder how many books that dude sold, right? Look at the list of books. And Folio Society has done the first two of the Richard Sharp novels in beautiful editions, and I'm really thinking about starting that. I did it with Patrick O'Brien, and I've always been happy I did. It takes a long time to collect them once I do that. And I think there's just as many of the Sharp novels, but we'll see. So when did this come down? Crackdown, but 1990. So yeah, happy to have it. That ought to be a fun read. And then the final one is the one that I took a chance on. I know nothing about this book. Yeah. This is Europa editions, which usually are a good bet. Not always, but usually. This also has a sticker on it. Winner, Philip K. Dick Award, 2019 Best Sci-Fi. It's by Audrey Schulman, Theory of Bastards. There's a blurb by the Boston Globe, so for all I know, because I see Boston Globe articles by Steve Donahue, I wonder if that's Steve. Might be somebody else. He's never mentioned this book to me, or if he has, it went over my head. So this is Europa editions, like I said. 2018. Let me see here. Audrey Schulman is the author of 4 previous novels, 3 Weeks in December, Swimming with Jonah, The Cage, and A House Named Brazil. Her work has been translated into 11 languages. Born in Montreal, she now lives in Cambridge, Massachusetts, where she runs HEET, a nonprofit dedicated to the understanding of clean and efficient energy. Wow. This just sounds like a very intelligent human being. Most of the experiments in this novel are based on actual experiments performed by real researchers. Information about them is provided in the appendix. The characters, however, bear no resemblance to any real researchers. They are utterly created from my imagination about real researchers. Recovering. While that simple word once described Dr. Francine Burke's situation, the truth is much more complex. Her new reality is feeling unduly thrilled by her increasing ability to walk across the room without assistance, and is being offered a position at a prestigious research institute where she can put to good use her recent award money. With the Foundation's advanced technological resources and a group of fascinating primates, Francine can begin to verify her subversive scientific discovery, which has challenged the foundations of history. Her theory of bastards. So this, I'm not going to leave it for 75 cents. I mean, and if anybody knows about this book, it sounds fascinating to me. But please leave me a note if you've read it or you know about it or whatever. So this is, I'll do a little Steve Pyramid. It won't be too hard to do. Excuse me. Audrey Shulman, Theory of Bastards. The legendary Bernard Cornwell, Crackdown, a thriller. The even more legendary MFK Fisher, a big collection of her books in one volume. Stacy Schiff's Cleopatra, can't beat that, a real good one. Susan Vreeland's novel, Luncheon of the Boating Party, Paris. Star Wars, the Collector's Trilogy, A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. This is a Scholastic book, so I'll have to look into it a little more, but again, I wasn't going to leave it. And then this very early, Bare Bones, Conversations on Terror with Stephen King. So, yeah, that ought to be fun. I have not read it, so I don't think I've ever even seen it. So there you go, pretty good haul. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm sorry this took so long, but it was a good day for books. It was a good day for gardening, and it was just a beautiful day all around. So I hope you are all well, and thank you, BookTube.